All right, look. So we got the ending of Gen Z's era. And I'm Gen Z. Like, I won't lie. When did it begin? Like 1997-ish, somewhere around there. 1998. Something like that, middle area. I was born in 2002, so I don't know. We got Gen Alpha coming up. I'm not gonna lie though, those kids are cooked. They're cooked, just as bad as we were. Cause take a look at what they have now, the brain rot and all that. Like, we had things similar. They got 6, 7. We had 69, 21, and like we were just as bad as them. I'm not gonna lie. We were almost as bad as them. I'm not gonna front. We had so many dumb things like watermelon, like all those dumb things. I didn't even find them funny, but it was just everywhere. Like, you could not escape it, bro. You could not escape any of those memes, Vine era type things. Like, you genuinely could not. Oh well, though. Oh well. So it's like we were cooked to begin with, because we're the ones raising these kids, bro. We're already fried as it is. Now we gotta raise these kids on a time where you got TikTok, like even worse than what we had back then. Vine, I guess, or YouTube, however we used to watch videos. So I'm not even gonna lie. Like, imagine them when they're growing up. Oh, yo, no, Gen, whatever they're gonna be called, Gen Theta or something like that. They're beyond cooked, bro. They're beyond cooked. Like, I can't even imagine, bro. Like, the kids we see now, when they grow up, they're gonna have kids. Like, yo, it's cooked.
Hey, what's your favorite cartoon?
YouTube. I watch YouTube.
No, cartoon.
Cartoon?
Mm-hmm. You don't watch cartoons?
What are cartoons?
Damn, what? I'm not that old.
Is it like when they...
Yo, you gotta think, though. Kids are missing out on so many cartoons, though. So many peak media. Now, I won't lie. YouTube do got some bangers out there. 1000 Minecraft video civilization thing. Banger. It's a movie, bro. Movie. But, like, yo, I grew up on, like, Zack and Cody. Like, Phineas and Ferb. Things of that nature. So it's like, knowing that they don't watch that, or they don't know anything about it, like Kicking It or things like that, like those shows, it's kind of sad. Like, at some point, it's just going to be lost media or lost memory. Because, like, imagine how millennials feel about their shows. Like, I don't know nothing about what they watched. I guess Rugrats and things like that. I don't know. I didn't watch that. Like, no, bro. So it's like, it's sad in a way, because it's like, yo, we can't really share that. And I'm not gonna lie, though. They do got some good content coming out, though. On YouTube, can't even front.
Ads?
What? You ain't never seen Tom and Jerry? Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Hey Arnold, you ain't never seen Disney Channel? Max and Ruby?
What?
Ruby and Max?
Nope.
When I was scrolling on TikTok, I saw this clip and it officially solidified to me that Gen Z's era is officially over. After years of making fun of millennials, it's officially caught up to us. And although the last Gen Z year is 2012, which only makes someone born then 13.
Hold on. I need to see this list. Gen Z 7 to 22. Is this old? Okay, let me look at this. 1997 to 2012. I'm not a millennial, though. Is this graph off? Oh, in 2017. Never mind. In 2019. Never mind. So this graph it ain't even valid no more, bro. This was 6 years ago. Oh. Holy, bro. Holy. Yo, oh my. So the 22-year-olds are 28. I'm 23, bro. Oh, I'm old. I'm actually getting up there, bro. This is like a quarter life crisis, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like a lot of people be having those. I'm getting old, bro. That's crazy. 6 years ago, the youngest millennials were 23. And now probably the oldest Gen Z is probably my age. No, wait. That's wrong. The youngest? I don't know, bro. Something like that.
Now, guess what? If you know what a cartoon is now, you're officially what the kids call, and I'm gonna be referring to things from now on as what the kids call it because I've reached that point, Unk status to Gen Alpha kids. It's so wild that Gen Z and millennials grew up with things similar and Gen Alpha kids are in a complete different stratosphere. So I want to talk about some of the things that Gen Alpha won't grow up with or what they'll have to adapt into society with. And one of the main things I feel kind of bad for them is having to grow up with constant cameras 24/7. I can't even envision a world anymore without social media or people recording things in public. And yeah, although most of Gen Z also grew up with a lot of cameras in our face, I would say for most it was a mix of an offline childhood with an internet world. Like for one,
Yo, Kick Batowski? That's insane, Paul. But look, I was about to say, imagine as a kid, like, no. I feel like as a kid, everyone had this stage where they just wanted to post YouTube videos. Some stuck with it, some did not. Because when I was a kid, I did post. I'm not gonna lie. I did post some YouTube videos. Were they the best quality? No. They were atrocious, but I'm not gonna lie. Was that maybe a sign for me to keep doing it? Yeah. Did I stop for so long? Yeah. Like, bro, that was probably 10 years ago, I'd assume. Somewhere around that. Like, I was probably like 12, 13, like, and saying that's 10 years ago is so absurd to me because that feels like, it sounds like so long ago, but it feels like it was yesterday. And that's the weird part about like this nostalgia and things like that. It's like, yo, aging ain't fun in no way. Like, you just get older and, you know, life continues. You just kind of got to push on. Now, is that to say it's horrible just growing up? Nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I be having a lot of fun experiences at my age. Like, I'm not gonna stop having fun because I'm officially unk. Like, no, bro. No. I still got some years left in me. Like, let me ride, let me coast. But, you know, hopefully in that time I do make something for myself and of myself. I forgot what I was about to say. You see, I don't know, bro. This whole idea of just Gen Z era's passing, like our era is over, is kind of nostalgic in a sense. Like it brings me to a sense of we're getting old. Like, we are getting old. The oldest of Gen Z is probably like 28, 29, having kids, having a family. People my age probably have kids and family. Like, I don't. So who knows how things will constantly turn out for us. And at a certain point, we're just going to be old. Like, a part of me doesn't know how to deal with that. A part of me does not know how to deal with getting older. Like, how do you accept it? You know? And is it something you accept? Like, if you look at it, people who are older, it just happens? Like, of course it happens, but like, what happens mentally? Like, do you just reminisce and like, the good old days? I don't know. I guess that's a question for like older people. I'm genuinely curious. How do you deal with aging? How do you deal with the thought of just getting older? And I know it might be a sensitive topic to some, because it is for myself. I've had my fair share of ideas of aging and things like that since I was a kid. I remember being like 12, 13 and just bawling my eyes out because I knew the inevitable was gonna happen. You know, the people I know around me was just gonna age and get older, and that never sat right with me. And it still doesn't, in a sense, because it hurts seeing just the concept of the people I love and care for not here no more. And the things I am able to do, I can't do them as well as I used to. So like, someone who's older, I have no idea how you deal with that. I don't, but I see so many people that just live their lives so happy, and I'm like, what does it take to be there? Aside from my little, yeah, let me get back to it.
We're still watching cartoons on TV and had our childhood networks we watched, waiting for a new episode to drop and watching it on TV. I remember like clockwork pulling up to the TV at night to watch the new episode of Regular Show or Adventure Time. Also still touching grass and having the whole block just vibing around the neighborhood. Nowadays people can't touch the sunlight around their neighborhood without disintegrating into pieces. The online world we grew up in was mainly YouTube and all the OG YouTubers. Just watching whatever the type of content they posted. A famous YouTuber could post anything back then and people watched it. Low-key, people try to say Gen Alpha started brain rot, but Gen Z was patient zero to it. Like, have you seen a YouTube poop in 2025? How do we not call this brain rot?
Yay, Luigi, with one of 8 essential prizes inside.
You will die.
What the fuck?
But you know what? At least we can say one thing. This brain rot was made by humans. There was real passion in the bull, at least. Yeah, it may have been brain numbing, but it was our creative brain numbing we put together. For Gen Alpha, there's basically zero offline childhood anymore. Other than them going to school, that's really all the IRL interactions they'll have for the day. Most of the work in school is gonna be done on computers with the help of AI too, so, you know, no more creative paper learning. You'll see them run home with the swiftness after school ends to get their iPad because now phones are banned in school. And at the end of the day, that's something older generations are just gonna have to get used to. I mean, with Gen Z, the way older generations were reacting over us looking at internet memes, they thought there's no way these kids are growing up normal. And look at us, we made it out perfectly fine.
Your hair looks very bouncy.
Bro.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
I'm more worried about the online radicalization they're gonna face and how that's gonna with their brain. People gotta realize a lot of reasons why people may have an extreme ideology is because they grew up with it and it was drilled in their head from a young age. And when it's drilled so hard into you at that type of age, it's hard to break away from you because it kind of becomes your personality as well. But I think more than likely, a lot will probably just turn out how Gen Z did with the internet and phones. It is sad though that everything is filmed and they can't make the same mistakes other generations did. Like, no matter what age they say something on the internet, it'll be attached to them until the day they die. If they somehow put an archive of—
Holy, I did not think about that. Yo, they got a digital footprint off rip. The moment they get online, they got that digital footprint. Now, that's not to say, we didn't, because we had like Facebook and things like that. Like, it was archaic. It was like old, like ancient history. And I imagine like the years before that, where they had like MySpace and whatever they had before that, like they had that digital from. Because I'm not gonna lie, I used Facebook when I was like, I was in elementary. I know that I was probably like 8, 9, 10, maybe somewhere around there. Aside from that, as I got older, I'm not gonna lie, I did not use it. Like, I did not use it. The most I do on it is I remember somehow they let you play Dragon City on it or something like that. I just remember going to the university that I lived next to. My elementary school was close to it, and we'd show up there early so we'd have time to play and then go to school. And the workers, they didn't mind. They did not mind at all, and I'm glad they were cool with us just being there because we were little kids. So where they had like this display laptops and things like that, they just let us play on it. Shout out to them. So we played, we had our fun, we'd go to school, we'd come back, and on occasions, we'd play again. and as far as like Facebook, I did not care for it after that. Like, aside from that, I didn't care. I didn't even get Instagram until I was like in middle school, bro. I didn't get it until I was in middle school, almost in high school. Like, I didn't really care for social media like that. So it's like, imagine that's already put onto you as soon as you're like 5 or 6. You're like, yo, there's Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all this sort of stuff, and it's like, yo, that ain't right for the for the youngin's brain, right? That's not good for the kid's brain. Now, that's to say, it's like, hopefully, and I know for a fact they won't, hopefully they got better judgment and just like don't be dumb. Like, they don't indulge too much in all that. But I'm not gonna lie, that's not happening. That is not happening, gang. People don't go outside, like kids don't go outside to play, things like that. Like, nah, not as often as like we did. But also with that story, I'm not gonna lie, the reason we stopped going or weren't allowed, like we were, I guess kids were technically banned from there, because two girls that lived in our neighborhood or something like that, they ended up robbing, like, I believe they said it was like $120-ish worth of stuff. So they're just like, yeah, no kids, gang. No kids. Broke my heart, bro. Because I think I saw it like 4th and 5th grade, like halfway through 4th, and I had 5th grade, and they're just like, yeah, no, you guys can't pull up no more after that. It's like, dog, that wasn't even us. Like, that was them. But oh well, you know, it was reasonable. It was reasonable. Broke my heart as a kid, but oh well.
COD lobbies when I was an edgy dumb kid. My ass ain't ever getting a single sponsorship on this channel. But it's all good now because I changed, you know? As a kid being born now, at any time you risk being filmed. You could be born as a family vlogger kid, a fate some would say is worse than death. Then in the future, when you ask your mom and dad for pictures of your first birthday, they just pull up the video on YouTube with you in it.
Huh? I paused at the wrong time, gang. I was about to go on saying about, as a parent, would you even start a family channel? Like, I know it's lucrative, like you can make a lot of money, but like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know how I feel about putting my kid on the internet. I don't think that's necessarily healthy. I don't.
You didn't even know was posted. You can't even walk in public and talk to strangers anymore without risking talking to someone with meta glasses, which I think is going to become a problem in the future, especially with creeps. There's already a ton of people recording people without their consent, and all they gotta do to conceal it is buy a little sticker to block the light from letting people know they're recording. You could at any moment be randomly recorded for a failed Riz POV TikTok.
Yeah, God took his time when he made you. Oh, this your girl? My fault, bro.
The only
Hold up, bro. Let me go back a little bit.
moment be randomly recorded for a failed Riz POV TikTok.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That's gotta low-key be a bit weird. Like, imagine you're just being out and about, minding your own business. As a woman, because that's who it mainly happens to. And you just get hit on in a weird way. Like, they're just weird about it. 9 times out of 10, it's probably not, but imagine there's that one time. That's gotta be so, like, such a turn off to, like, talk to people and strangers and things like that. But on the other side, I've seen, like, the meta glasses, like, been used in a different way. Like, if you've seen those rage bait, but it's positive. Like, yo, what's your problem, bro? And then they're like, what? And then you repeat it, like, yo, what's your problem? And they're like, what, you got a problem with me? And then like, man, why you look so handsome, or something like that. Like, amazing videos. I'm not gonna lie, that's mad risky too, because if you meet someone who doesn't even care, that would just straight smack you on your mouth, like, that's such bad luck, bro. That's such bad luck. Like, you don't even get to repeat yourself, you don't even get to get into the play. They're just like, nah, straight, oh, right across your jaw, bro. That's gotta suck. And what do you do at that point? Like, yo, you low-key, like, the way you came on was too strong. Pause. But, like, I don't know. I don't got a problem with, like, meta glasses. It might be a bit weird to some people, but it's like, I don't know, bro. I feel like it's okay if you just let them know, but I don't know. I think it's cool. It's all right to an extent.
God took his time when he made you. Oh, this your girl? My fault, bro.
The only way to avoid getting recorded in the future is going to be locking yourself up in an insane asylum white room. Even dealing with the internet, they're not going to have a time using it where they're using it with no algorithms. And I know people will say the algorithms have always existed on social media, which, yeah, is true, but not to the extent they are now.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. So, me being a YouTuber, uploading videos and things of that nature, right? I took it upon myself to try and see what would make me a better YouTuber, in a sense. So searching up, how do you, get better at speaking, things like that. And it's a lot of things, but one thing I did realize though is instead of algorithm, they said just look at it as like an audience, because an algorithm is just whatever. Like the people who are actually gonna interact with it are people, and people have stories, people have opinions, feelings, and things like that. So it's like, how would you be able to invoke a certain feeling on purpose, in a sense, like excitement, joy, sadness, fear, you know, the feelings we can't feel as humans. So it's like, I find it so weird that you know, you may not even be face to face with a person, but you can still make someone feel something. I find that interesting. And you know, as a YouTuber, as someone who's trying to, I guess, aspire to be big, you know, create something for myself and create, you know, a community in a sense, it's like, how do I present myself in a sense? Like, how do people perceive me as? And it's not necessarily a healthy thing in a sense where you're like, okay, how does everyone view me and things like that. But in a sense, when you become a content creator, that's kind of the point. You know, you're sharing yourself or something with people you don't know, and they're gonna take it any way they can. So I'm like, okay, how controlled am myself? And like, how well do I know myself to not be affected by those things?
Algorithms nowadays are constructed to the point where they're as addictive as fen. You can't even get off the apps if you want to. Back then, the beauty of things was finding random rabbit holes and going down a whole genre on YouTube. Viral memes would spread organically through people randomly finding something funny. Nowadays, I can't even keep up with the memes myself. I feel like I'm 20 generations behind already with us. Before, you'd have like a couple of viral memes everyone knew universally. But now, because of TikTok, there's a new one every couple of days, and if you don't keep up with the evolutions of it, you're behind. The 6'7" kid has deadass turned into a whole Pokemon evolution course to the point the kid is now releasing a cryptocurrency.
Hi, come on in. Leave the door open. I want everybody to hear this.
What?
We have a team in place and an overwhelming amount of collabs we're working on. And we're ready to bring 6'7" into crypto.
Anyone that gets scammed in this deserves it, and I hope he makes $1 million and never gets arrested. I can't get over the fact that AI memes are gonna be a thing that's typical. And I'm not talking about Sora 2 edits of people and stuff. I mean literally AI generated memes like
Sora 2 is low-key wild, I won't even lie. You can have so many different things happen, like Mega Knight meet Tupac or something crazy. Like, I don't know how they did it, but shout out to them, because I've seen people use that and make whole series off of it. Or not series, but like, I guess series. Like, I've seen someone just have it create like a whole scenario and they just feed it whatever they do. They're doing magic on there, I'm not gonna lie. I have no problem with AI. For the most part, I have no problem with AI because in a sense, it makes a lot of things easier. Now for the jobs and things like that, hit or miss, bro. I think it's like, if you know how to use it, it works well. If you don't, you're just gonna hate it. I don't know how to use it that well. I don't. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it. So I just contradicted myself right there. But AI is not even bad so far. I think it's in a stage where it's like very helpful in a sense. In the future, it could do a lot of damage. It could do a lot of helpful things. But this is just my view on it. And Sora 2 is just, it's a whatever content creation thing. Like, they removed the watermark. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people are cooked. Like, they're gonna make whole accusations, things like that. Like, no. No, bro. They're gonna have celebrities say slurs and things like that. Like, a whole bunch of chaos and shenanigans. No. That we can just, like, you know, keep the watermark, bro. Because there's a lot of things I feel like I won't do unless I know that, you know, there's guaranteed things for it. Like ASMR. I would never do ASMR unless I know there's a big enough bag for it. Because I don't think I have the voice for it. I feel like I don't have the voice for it. Second, it just feels so like cringy in a sense. Like I wouldn't even be able to hear it back. I feel like I wouldn't be able to get in character. So shout out to y'all who do ASMR and get in character like perfectly, because I know for a fact I couldn't. Like, it'd take me so many tries and takes. And I'm saying it like I've tried it before. I've never tried it before. But that's just something I'm like, no, bro. No, you give me a script and give me a big enough bag or something like that, I could try, but I no guarantees here. No, sir. Nope.
Tung Sahar, or any of the other brain rot AI characters, which they're selling plushies and merch of it and everything. Kids love it. What they're also never gonna experience is the prime of using physical media. Bro, I think even something like flash drives will be unknown to a lot of them, because now we got—
Bro, I don't even use flash drives at all. Maybe because I don't really own a computer. I don't. so it's like, I don't know the usefulness of a flash drive. Not my area of expertise.
File media and you don't really need it anymore. Nostalgia of pulling up to your homie's house and them having a collection of games for y'all to choose through, or the family living room DVD collection for y'all to sort through. I don't think it will completely die off though, because people still buy albums all the time, which kind of makes sense because it's one of those things that you can always have as a collectible for the future. But physical movies and games are definitely gonna be dead. They already stopped producing a lot of them for years by now. You might have to go back to it though, because these companies' greed is getting out of hand. Once everyone found out you don't actually own the games you buy, but a lot of them you're just licensing a copy, and if the company you're getting it from, like Sony, loses it, then you lose the game too. It changed people's mind in a snap. Instead of calling it buy on the PlayStation Store, they might as well call it temporarily rent until we lose our license for it, then f you and know you're not getting your money back. That's gotta be illegal in some type of way. Like, what are we doing, law enforcement? It's gonna be crazy in 2050 when kids are doing nostalgia years for the 2000s and 2010s, and they pull up with a collection of DVDs and CDs. I think it might reach a boiling point where people genuinely swing back.
I think the only problem with that though is storage, because I'd prefer having, you know, a lot of discs, things like that, cartridges. I don't want to have so much space for all that. I don't. And I'm glad, you know, my Xbox 360 had a lot of discs, because like there's some games on there I can't even buy no more, like Left 4 Dead 2. I love that game, bro. And I don't play it often, but it's just comforting. No, I have it there. I have the DLCs with it, and I can just play it. Like, that's such a good game. That is such a good game. And there's probably other games like Halo Reach 2. I love that game, bro. I got the disc for it and everything.
To having physical things, especially with every streaming platform increasing their prices every year while removing the shows people actually like. There should be no reason Netflix is increasing their price by like $3 every year. That inflation excuse is gone. It ain't 2022 anymore. Instead of actually giving good content, they'd rather pay off Congress to sign some law in that says it's the death penalty if you sail the seas. Life was really good though when you just had Netflix and could watch whatever you wanted. And why'd I just find out for Amazon Prime Video that they started charging to use it now? Jeff, you not making enough money from the Amazon subscriptions? Come on, dog. I've been paying you $15 every month for the past 6 years. You could at least give me that. Just try to pay off a country to remove a bridge so your yacht could go through it. I just want to watch The Boys for free. Subscriptions are something Gen Alpha is also going to have to grow up with. They're not going to know a world where you could buy something and have it to you and not have to pay a subscription to use it. In fact, I guarantee in 10 years when you're going to buy anything, in order to unlock the full capabilities of the product, you'll have to get some type of subscription. They're already doing that with cars. It used to be free to use all the car apps, and now they charge you $10 to $20 a month to use them. They're making a car where you're gonna have to pay to unlock the full horsepower. Making a product with something already ready to use in it and then charging to use it is capitalism summed up in 2025. Even Ring, the security camera everyone gets, started charging to be able to see intruders. Imagine not paying $5 a month to see out your Ring camera and someone's breaking in your house but you can't see who it is. Then you get slimed out because you didn't want to throw $5 a month for a camera you spent $100 on already. I've noticed in the past decade they've been doing this for a lot of products. A company will release the product that's cool and everyone in the public loves. Then when the public starts to rely on it, that's when they press the "F you nigga, we push and greed to the max" button. And it always works because a lot of people are still gonna keep with the product even if they increase it. I miss when companies used to be treating customers like customers back then. You look at Apple and see how much they blessed everyone with iPhones back then, and now they're coming up with a new way to charge you for looking at your phone. Okay, I made that one up, but you can't tell me that Apple Care isn't one of the dumbest subscriptions to ever exist. You gotta be one clumsy motherfucker to be paying over $100 every year on your phone for insurance. Put an OtterBox on it and call it a day if you're that clumsy. And the last thing they truly won't experience is things actually being affordable. Things for us are already unaffordable, like houses for who knows how long have been cooked. But at least we could say we grew up in times with a dollar menu that actually costed a dollar. This is how I weigh the economy. Don't bring me this value meal bullshit at McDonald's. If the McChicken ain't $1, it ain't the same. It wasn't even too long ago that things were going down the right path. Actually, in 2019, for the first time in 50 years, the US unemployment rate was 3.7%. And a lot of the world's GDPs were growing. In fact, it was one of the strongest economic years of the 21st century. Then the big COVID happened and we cooked probably the next 2 generations to come. Corporations decided to use it as a scapegoat to be greedy. The McChicken became $4. Every time I mention that, someone has a heart attack in a random part of the world. Even with normal inflation now, the average cost of a new—
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. People who eat McDonald's on a regular basis because it's cheap are sick to the stomach hearing that. Like, they increase the prices so much. And here's the thing, I don't eat McDonald's like that. Like, I eat it once every few years. Like, I had it like I'd say a month ago, and then before that was like probably last year. Like, bro, I don't eat it. And when I saw the price, like, bro, you're basically paying regular, like a regular burger spot for some regular burger prices, kind of, for McDonald's.
In 2050 is going to be between $90,000 to $133,000. And I know that price might actually be normal in that time compared to the income people will be making. But one thing you can guarantee is that minimum wage is going to stay at $7.25. I can't fathom people are actually working for that much. Imagine working 8 hours and this is what you end up with. In a full week, you'll end up with a whole $290. Don't splurge. It's crazy that even the baseline prices for Gen Alpha is going to be more. Like, the basic trim of a Honda Civic will probably be $50,000. And they think the birth rate is bad now, just wait until the next generation. Shout out to the young parents and but I dodged the bullet not having a kid in this time. I genuinely will be 2 times poorer if I had a kid right now, and I would probably be broke by now. And I don't even blame the Gen Alpha kids, because they'll probably be hunting for scraps by the time they're over. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know how y'all feel.
Wow, a lot to take in. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I yapped a lot. And I mean a lot. I mean so much, bro. Because this is an 11 minute video. I feel like I stretched it out to like 30, maybe 40 even. I'm not gonna lie. Because some parts it's like, yo, you never know what thought just strikes and what it just happens. Like, I never know. It's just whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I do feel though, random side note, that I do need to like enunciate my words better. I feel like I probably did mention this before, but sometimes I think I just have a habit of like slurring my words in a sense. Like, I'll just kind of drag it out and just not really care to enunciate. Is it a good or bad thing? I don't know. I feel like it's a part of how I talk, but in a sense, it's not how I also want to continue to talk, because I'm not trying to be no 30-year-old and just be like, no, bro. I'm trying to have some clarity and conciseness to the way I speak. How did I get to that point? I have no idea. I think I also do use like a lot of slang, or just the way I speak is just kind of like, I wouldn't say broken, but it has slang. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But aside from that, amazing video, bro.